In the past couple of years, gacha games have become one of the biggest market in the gaming industry. Not only the content is scalable and modular, but the game can also easily be made or marked as free-to-play title, so the developer can reach a larger audience. And let's be real, the biggest reason why this is so popular, especially among game developers, is because they make a huge chunk of money. Genshin, Star Rail, Fate, Art Knights, Wuthering Waves, you name it. Tens of millions of dollars every month. While it sounds so appealing, which kinda make me wanna make my own game so I can afford my first yacht, it's not that easy. Many games out there have tried to be part of this goldmine and tried to become one of the giant of the genre, but reality says different. This clearly shows it's not easy to survive in an era where new games keep coming with better graphics, better gacha, better lore and stuff. And we know this is not only a problem for newer games, but also for games that already exist right now. Like it or hate it, it also applies to Genshin, Wuthering Waves, or other big title. But for some reason, Wuthering Waves managed to make things make sense for them and took them to the safe zone. So what exactly did they do better? Well, I'd say there's few things that actually matters in this. U.M.E, uniqueness, market, and experience. Unique selling point. What do you offer and what your competitors don't or can't? Do you remember back then? Every new gacha game, especially one with the open world anime style, will carry the title of Genshin Killer, which can result in a good or bad ending. I mean, it's obvious the developer would like to get the same success as Genshin Impact. I don't know if the developer just playing safe, but oftentimes the new titles somehow designed to replicate or go on a similar way as Genshin. Elements of reaction, exploration, combat, and stuff. But the downside of this trend is the devastating comparison. People always expect and set the bar for other games to be like that. If it's as good, it's copying. If it's similar but a little bit different, it's bad. While in Wuthering Waves' case, I think they kinda went on a different route. They're selling their uniqueness as an open world gacha game. Instead of setting the image on the same page as others, they take it to a whole new different page, but with more detail. As a game that mainly revolves around combat, instead of hiding behind a pure shoulder meta gimmick, they introduce perfect dodge and parry mechanism. Sure, it's not a new thing in gaming, but for an anime gacha game, it's a real breath of fresh air. And a lot of you have confirmed that you got into Wuthering Waves because the combat feels more appealing, right? While the game still has few different elements, it doesn't strictly determine which one is stronger against which enemy. There's no elemental reaction like in other games. You won't get explosion by combining Calculator with Lupa or melt reaction when pairing Carlotta with Brand. But instead, they introduce something new, intro and outro skill, which open up even more possibilities for team composition. Other thing that is not related to combat but still unique is the fact that they quickly adapt to what the community will enjoy. And I think it is an important aspect for their uniqueness. They took what's good and improve it. For example, other gacha games offer a fishing event once in a while, right? People just do it for rewards. Like they do it as soon as possible, as fast as possible, and never come back. But Wuthering Waves make fishing event as one of the most enjoyable experience in game, at least for me. How many of you guys have spent hours playing the fishing event? I bet a lot, because I was really drawn into it and forgot about the whole point of this event. And at the end of the day, open world games are all about exploration and the freedom you get in game. When Wuthering Waves introduced wall running, it really caught my attention because I'm so tired of slowly climbing walls while draining stamina but just ended up falling. And on top of that, they even added a flying mechanism. Seal the deal. And hey, call me glazing, but you can clearly see how this influenced the trend for other games. Well, not exactly setting a trend, but the fact that other games are starting to implement similar feature is a good sign for the genre. Take a look at NTE. They've adopted a perfect dodge mechanism combat and a similar wall running system. This is a good sign, we're not sticking to the classic way. Users' behavior and demand. As a game is still a business model, profit will always be the main goal. And in the case of gacha games, the gacha system itself is what drives that profit. Many games out there ended up getting labeled as predatory for designing their system to make money as quickly and aggressively as possible. I mean, yes, all games are technically labeled free to play, but they're not free to keep gambling. Real money is still involved. We cannot really blame developer for wanting to earn from their product. After all, they're not running a charity. But sometimes they get a little too gacha greedy, trying to hide the aggressive monetization behind the shiny free label. And I actually got into a silly argument with my friend about this, but I will say it again. While Wuthering Waves does involve money like any other gacha games, it still offers a surprisingly fair and satisfying experience for F2P players. I mean, not everyone can spend hundreds of dollars, but they still want to play the games without having to feel left behind. We want a game that will not lock our full experience behind a paywall. And I'd say Wuthering Waves deliver. When most games stick to classic 50-50 pity system that feels more like a coin toss with your credit card, WoA flipped the script by giving players what they really want. For example, they give us 4 banners running at once, but only one, the limited character banner that follows the 50-50 format. The standard weapon banner, guaranteed. Plus, you get to choose the weapon that you want, no more playing slots with the sword. The standard character banner, also guaranteed. Even the limited 5-star weapon banner is also guaranteed. People are not just rolling, they're smiling. Kuro somehow brought an experience that can balance the gacha and the gameplay, also the earning and the experience. But still, the market isn't just about F2P. The whales out there should also feel special for spending their cash on the game, right? So what does WoA do? They allow players to guarantee any active limited character by exchanging currency in shop. I mean, most gacha games only let you exchange for standard 5-star character or 4-star character or simply just another pool that doesn't even guarantee anything. But still, let's be real, while this feature is technically available for F2P player too, only whales can realistically afford to spin like crazy and make full use of this feature. Happy customers stay longer and bring others. At the end of the day, games are all about happiness, joy, satisfaction, and experience. In the gacha scene, I think one of the key reasons players stays, beyond the gameplay itself, is how the developer treats them. How they respond when there's a problem, how they fixed it, how communication flows between players and the developers. It sounds simple, but trust me, it matters here. Because at least Wuthering Waves does things right. They communicate with their players, whether the situation is good or bad. They respond quickly to the issues and try to resolve them as fast as possible. Well, prove me wrong, but the ecosystem was too grindy, they adjusted. A character had a bug, they fixed it. A skin model looked too flat, they changed it. A character design was nerfed too hard, they redesigned it. Well, not everyone playing the game actually cares about this thing, but active players definitely do. Another reason Wuthering Waves has gained many loyal fans lately is because how transparent the developer have been about the game. When the game is underperformed at launch, they addressed it. When the anniversary rewards did not satisfy players, they explained what actually happened and even gave up more. They understand this simple truth. Being open with player builds trust, and trust equals retention. Retention equals loyalty, and loyalty equals curiosity. WoA keeps player wanting more, not just for new banners, but for what's coming next. And lately they've done well on that front too by releasing the character roadmap for future regions. So I think I'm certain that while there's a lot of new gacha title coming with new feature, new stuff, WoA can clearly survive in this environment, as we saw how they managed to improve the game in this 1 year. They adapt to what player want, which of course affected by other games, but back to square one. A game won't get far if they never listen to what their actual players want for the game. So I'm pretty sure you got something to add, or if you disagree, comment down below and let us know why. I think that's all for today. Thanks for watching.